Another miracle performed by Jesus is recounted in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 7, 24-30, and the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 15, 21-28. The event occurred on behalf of a Greek Syrophoenician woman whose daughter was possessed by an unclean spirit. In Matthew, the story describes the healing of a most probable Canaanite woman's daughter. Either choice seems to associate the woman as a Gentile. Gentile was associated with the belief that they were often thought of as heathen and having pagan backgrounds. Gentiles coming from first century Palestine did not literally exist as a recognizable ethnicity. The full healing account went like this. Jesus exorcised the woman's daughter while traveling in the region of Tyre and Sidon because of the woman's faith. One day, Jesus and his friends entered a house in the district of Tyre. They wanted no one to know about it so they could rest. But because of Jesus' fame, he could not escape notice. Again, the woman who found him was a Syrophoenician or Canaanite by birth. Her daughter had an unclean spirit. Unclean spirits are part of the demonic horde led by Satan. They are enemies of the Lord and the people of God. Unclean spirits promote malice, corruption, and depravity in the world and among humanity. The mother had heard about Jesus, so she went to see him. She fell at Jesus' feet and begged him to drive the demon out of her daughter. Upon her first request, Jesus answered not a word. But after his disciples had desired she might be sent away, her cries became more troublesome to them. And after she had renewed her request, Jesus gave an interesting response to the woman. He said, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the food of the children and to throw it to the dogs." Indeed, there was a rabbinical saying that Gentiles were like dogs, so for this mother to boldly approach Christ was certainly taboo. However, calling Gentiles dogs is not always a racial slur. Dog refers normally to actual dogs or Jewish enemies. So Jesus takes an ethnic prejudice and renders it not only wrong, but absurd and childish. By falling at his feet, she showed supreme evidence of true faith in Christ and submitting herself before him. Jesus never permanently excluded Gentiles from his ministry. He was informing the woman that he first was sent to the Jews. Through the woman's faith and pleading with Jesus, the woman said, "Lord, even the dogs under the table eat the children's scraps." In her humility, she did not deny her status as a Gentile, as one outside the Jewish people of God. She humbled herself to accept the perception she was like a dog to them. She was prepared to be fed a crumb from the Lord's table. Marveling at the woman's faith, Jesus said to her, "For saying this, you may go. The demon has gone out of your daughter." When the woman went home, she found her daughter lying in bed, and the demon was gone. Jesus had not even had to go to the daughter's home to cast the demon out. If Jesus was willing to answer the plea of this Gentile woman while his earthly ministry focused on the Jews, how much more will he answer us now that Jews and Gentiles can currently be accepted as one body in Christ? The Syrophoenician woman came to Jesus convinced that Jesus could deliver her daughter, and she was determined not to leave until he had done so. How did she come by this kind of faith? It began with her hearing of Jesus, as Paul said in Romans 10:17. So faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. She only had caught the slightest rumor of Christ, yet it was enough. Her faith was kindled, and she responded accordingly by falling at his feet. Jesus had a receptivity to Syrians, including those that did not openly profess their faith. He knew many Syrians had demonstrated strong faith by directly bringing their sick to him. This was the story of another miracle of Jesus, again showing that persistence, humbleness, and faith can actually have positive results. This is H.A. Graves.